Columbus Dispatch.
Kyle, week 10. Week 10, things are starting to wear on you. You're a college football fan in addition to being a college football player, and there's a lot going on in the landscape right now. How tough was it to focus today?
Honestly, not tough at all. I feel like, we've done a good job of blocking out all the noise. And, I think regardless of what people are saying, what the rankings are, I think at this point in the year, it's pointless because we know at the end of the day, we still have a lot of football in front of us. And especially in November, that's when championships are won. So I think if anything, the team's done a good job of almost, putting the blinders on in a sense and, not letting any of that outside noise creep in.
Over to the left, Cameron Teague Robinson, The Athletic.
Kyle, Ryan made the point that an award like the Heisman is for the most outstanding player in the country, not just someone who has the best stats. I think it's fair to say Marvin's probably one of the most impactful players in the country. How does his play, his versatility impact you in your job specifically?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I can't really quantify it, how impactful he is to this offense. I mean, I think there's, one-on-one situations, obviously he wins. I think there's situations where he takes two defenders with him if they want to double him and somebody else is open. I think he does a good job blocking too. I mean, he does so much for the offense. And, I feel like, I think I said this about a month ago, if it's truly the award that goes to the best player, he has to be right there in contention.
Over to the right, Andy Backstrom, Letterman Row, and then Spencer Holbrook.
Kyle, over here. When Coach Dave was asked about your ball placement, he pointed to your footwork. He said that often determines it. Did you feel like your footwork was especially better today, and how much does that ankle factor in at all?
Yeah, I felt like my footwork was definitely better today. I think that's something that we focused on during the week, was just being on a good base, having my weight distribution right, and then I think the O-line did a great job today as well in pass protection. I mean, I don't really think there was a time today where I dropped back and had pressure in my face, so I was able to step into the throws the way I wanted to. So I think that's a credit to the boys up front.
Over to the left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Kyle, and
then Pat Murphy.
You talk about how outstanding Marvin is. With all the weapons you have, is there still times where it's hard maybe not to just throw the ball to Marv because of how good he is?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's A, the play call, and then B, what defense they run. But I think there's not a one-on-one situation where I don't like Marvin. But like I said earlier, I think there are times where they try to double him, and that opens up other guys on the field. And I think with the weapons that we have, really any one-on-one matchup on that offense I like.
Spencer Holbrook over here to the right, Letterman Row.
Safe to say that you were happy to have Cade back on the field?
Yeah, 100%.
What's that like throwing to him right now?
Yeah, I mean, he is just a big target. Runs his routes extremely well. His attention to detail is outstanding. And, I think on top of that, he's a force in the run game too. So I think the way he blocks, the way he runs routes, the way, he's just selfless on the field, I think, the whole offense benefits from that.
Over here to the right, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, you got all the pieces back tonight, scored 5 touchdowns in 6 first-half possessions. Do you feel like, with what we know is coming up, that you guys are ready to take that step and rounding into the form that you probably expected all year?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what I've kind of been talking about all year. Just continuing to improve and grow each week. And now that we're in November, I think we have to play our best football now. And I think the urgency, has been passed down from the coaches to the players. And I think as an offense, we knew that, this had to be a good week for us and, a step in the right direction, which I think it was, especially in that first half. We were rolling. Obviously probably would have liked to finish a little bit better in the possessions I had in the second half. But, I think overall, definitely a step in the right direction.
Over to the left, Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports, and then Katie Kapusta.
Kyle, what was it about tonight that allowed you to be as consistent as you were? Some games you've started real well or gotten to a groove later. Why tonight were you as consistent, do you think?
Yeah, I think first the game plan. I think we were super clear in the game plan. I thought we had a great week of preparation and knew how we wanted to attack them. And then I think B, just the guys around me did a great job. I mentioned the O-line earlier. I thought they had a really good game. especially in pass protection. I feel like there was a clean pocket all night, and then obviously the receivers going out and making some really good contested plays. And then I think on third down too, I don't know what the stats are exactly, but I think on third down we were really efficient tonight. And I think anytime on third down you can be efficient, keep the chains moving, points are going to follow.
Over here to the right, Tim May on 3.
Yeah, Kyle, when you're out there and Trayvon's behind you or around you, Cage at tight end, like you were talking about, Marvin and Emeka are out there, Julian Fleming. What does that feel like? It's been rare this year, in the last few weeks that's been out there. Does it feel like you're driving a big-time car? What does it feel like? And,
yeah.
And did that have a lot to do with the hot start? Because I know, you've been criticized about and this offense has been criticized about not having that hot start, and you got one tonight.
Yeah, I'm spoiled. I think that's really the only way I can put it. You look around on that field, I think in every single position it's just a dog. And, I feel like defenses have to pick and choose how they want to try to stop us. If they want to load guys up to try and stop Trey, that means, good matchups on the outside. If they want to play coverage, that means, we got a good run box and, Trey's going to do his thing. So I think that was kind of what we did tonight. And I think now it's just how can we continue to improve upon that, because I think when all those guys are healthy, it's scary.
And we're going to be 2 and done right now. Katie Kapusta, Spectrum.
Kyle, over here. You mentioned playing your best football, needing to play your best football in November. Do you think this was your guys' most complete and best game, and what kind of confidence does that give you in the final 2 games of the season?
Yeah, I think definitely, especially in that first half, I think that's kind of the start. We've been shooting for all year, getting out the gate and putting points up on the board and being consistent that entire half. And obviously, they took some of the starters out pretty early in that second half. But I think, this, was a pretty complete game. Like I said, I thought we could have maybe finished a little bit better on those final drives that I was in. But I feel like just, especially the defense too, letting up 3 points, and, the offense, like I said, starting fast. I feel like, we definitely, got off on the right foot and just kept that momentum rolling. So I think, I would say probably this is one of our more complete games, and, I think it's happening at a good time.
And final question over here to the right, Andy Anders, 11 Warriors.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about timing. Ryan said the game has been slowing down for you, and there were a number of second window throws and things like that you made in this game, it looked like. Just how have you gotten the game to slow down for you, and what's important to have good timing on a throw for a quarterback?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is film study during the week. And I think when you put the work in, you put the hours in, I think that allows you the opportunity to go step on the field and play with confidence, play a step ahead, and play with anticipation, which is extremely important at this level. And then I think the second part of that is just having trust in not only yourself, but the guys around you. And, I feel like we're starting to, peak at the right time and get things rolling, which is good. But obviously, I think that all starts during the week, the reps in practice, and then watching that extra film. I think that's really what allowed me to play a step ahead today.
Great. Kyle, thank you very much.
Thanks, Kyle. Yep.